I'm Mikey Kerr from Dobbs Ferry Restaurant in San Francisco. Today we're going to make a short rib tagliatelle. So we're going to start with our short rib, and we're going to clean this up. This is actually a boneless chuck flat, one single piece. Right off the top, you want to just trim it out a little bit, take some sinew and a little bit of excess fat off. You don't have to trim it too much because we're going to end up braising this. So we're rendering the fat, searing the outside. So just take the large pieces off. Now you want to cut it into smaller cubes so they're workable. So I'm going to cut it into about 4 pieces. So nice workable pieces that we can roll in a pan. Just liberal salt and pepper on all sides. We use canola oil. You just want a light oil with a high smoking temperature. And put the short rib in the pan. Approximately about 2 to 3 minutes each side. Just keep on rotating through so you get a nice brown crust. So right at this point we can start to see that we get a crust on the bottom, so we're going to flip all these over. Nice golden brown on the top. And set it for another 2 or 3 minutes on this side. Okay, now we're done with that side, and one more time, again, rotating all sides for our short rib. Okay, now that all 4 sides are seared off on our short rib, we're going to take this and I'm going to put this in a pot of chicken stock to start our braise. Put it right into this pot. However, we're not done with this yet. With this pan, don't throw this away. This is some great fond in here and also the juices from the short rib. We're going to add our vegetables to it. Again, off the flame. Some carrot, onion, garlic, leeks. Put that back on high heat. So what we're doing is we're using the actual short rib fat to cook the vegetables. We're going to add these vegetables to the braise to layer the flavors. Okay, now our vegetables are nice and soft. Got a great caramelization on all of them. All those juices are evaporated, sucked in by the vegetables. They're broken down. But before we do this, we're going to add a little bit of stock to the pan. What I want to do is break up that fond on the bottom. I want to scrape all the meat juices from the bottom of the pan to add flavor to our braise. Generally, you'd use wine with this. You'd use red wine or maybe even a white wine with this and get the fond up. But since I'm going to use this for a pasta dish, I actually don't want wine in this one. I'm just going to do a light braise. That's why we're using chicken stock and not veal stock. And we're omitting the wine off of this. But if you want to put wine in, this is the time you glaze with your pan with the wine rather than stock. Okay, to this as well, we're going to add a little tomato paste. Just for color, a little bit of richness. You can add crushed tomatoes if you like. Or if tomatoes are in season, you can add whole tomatoes into it. Okay, our vegetables are done. Pan's deglazed. Tomato paste is incorporated. We're going to add this to our short ribs and our chicken stock to finish our braise off. We're going to put this right inside the pot, right on top. Get all that veg in. Now we're going to actually remove the veg. We're not going to use the veg for this braise. After this, we'll add a little aromatics to it, some thyme, parsley, as well as bay leaf. And we're going to set this on the back of the stove to simmer for about 3.5 hours, or until fork tender. Don't overcook this the short rib though. So check it every half hour or so. So now that our short rib is braised for about 3.5 hours, the meat's all nice and soft and tender. Still got a great crust on the outside, a really great color, and the sauce is all layered with chicken stock, the vegetables, as well as the tomato paste. So we're going to make our pasta with this. And the best part about braise is that the sauce is actually the star of this. Again, this is a braised short rib with pasta. It's not a pasta dish. It's a short rib with pasta. So we're going to take our pan and put one of these short ribs inside of it. And we're going to break it apart. We want some lovely string. Look how easy that comes apart. Just pull it apart with our tongs. Take some of this braise and add to it. And a healthy dose of butter. And some roasted maitake mushrooms for a little body. Seasons up with a little salt and pepper. If it gets too thick, just add a little bit of chicken stock to it. But you want to bring this all up together so the flavors come together. Okay, at this point we're going to add our pasta to the pasta water. We have a fresh semolina tagliatelle that we make in-house here at Dobbs. Short braise is done. Pasta's cooked and lovely. We're going to put that right in the sauce. And we're going to let this cook for about 30 more seconds in that sauce to let that pasta absorb that braise. Okay, now we're going to take this plate. We're going to add a little chopped parsley to this, some fresh herbs, a little bit of Parmesan cheese, just to bind it all together. The sauce is nice and thick, it's clinging to the pasta. We're going to roll it up in the pan. Put it in the middle of our bowl. Pour that ragu right over the top. And there you have it, braised short with tagliatelle pasta.